Hey, Sean here from SpeakToBeView.com. Watch this video if you are new at Fewest Moves FMC, or you are more experienced, or you have no idea what it is, because this was a good solve that I had where I did some semi-advanced but pretty basic things. And this will be a good example of how Fewest Moves works. So, every week or so, I try to do a couple Fewest Move solves. I'm pretty relaxed about it. Sometimes I do more, sometimes I go a couple weeks and don't do anything. Recently, I had a Fewest Move solve where I got a 22 move solution, which ties what my official best is, and it was a pretty simple solve. I actually planned on just not even trying too much with it because it was just it wasn't anything important, but I had a really good solve and I want to talk about it. Let's do the scramble, and we'll start off just with what I did here. So when I start, sometimes I'll go straight and just do some edge orientation, but I saw I had a pair as well as another pair, and this was very easy to make a square like that. From here, it was also pretty easy to finish off the 2x2 blocks. We're looking for the green and red edge, and it is, where are you? There we are. So by just then doing R and U prime, we now have a 2x2 block. And there are some other things made, and we could work with this and mess around with this, which I did a little bit, but what worked out best was doing the inverse. So I'm going to grab another cube and just leave that there. What the inverse is, if you don't know, is you literally do the scramble backwards. And since I already did F R U prime, I'm going to invert that by doing U R prime F prime. Then I'm going to do the scramble backwards, and you have to invert the letters. So instead of F, I'm going to do F prime U R D prime R prime U prime F prime R prime F L prime D R B2 D2 B D2 L2 U2 L2 F prime U F prime U R. And if you did it correctly, you should also have a similar thing. So a 2x2x2 block, same thing here. Specifically what happens is the colors and the position swap places. So you can go more into that in my FMC tutorial, which I'll link below. But from here, it was much easier to make this into a 2x2x3 block because some of the colors swapped. And so what I did was this could go here with an L prime, and then a B2, and then D2. Actually, that made a different block. Hold on, let's go back for a second. So I moved this down, ignore that piece for now, move that down, and then B2, which paired up that block, and then D2. So now we have this square here. So from here, I tried a lot of different things because we still have a couple other pairs. We actually literally have 3 pairs here. And so from here, I did D prime to pair that up, B2, D. Now I could have also just done D prime BD, but this worked best for this. And I just put a square on top. So I thought of it sort of as this is F2L with a pair right here, and I put that on top. And so after trying a few things, I decided to go back and try the regular one. So I go the other way around. I invert what I just did on the inverse. Hopefully you're following along still. Let's move these farther away so I have more room here. So D prime B2 D, and then D2 B2 L. And yes, that D prime and that D2 do cancel each other out into just a D move. So now let's do the scramble the normal way. And the first moves we did, F R U prime, and we have the 2x2x3 as well as that block on top. Well, now if we do our B2, and then I can insert this with a sledgehammer as if it's F2L and orienting pieces. And then just do a B. At this point, everything is solved except for 1, 2, 3 edges and 1, 2, 3 corners. So we got to that point. Once we put it all together, we have what we call the skeleton, and I'm going to put that on screen. And we have the skeleton, everything solved but 3 edges and 3 corners in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 moves. There's a few options here. We could try to insert the corners and insert the edges, which is what I initially tried, and I found a place where I solved the corners. I inserted a commutator, which was 8 moves, canceled 4, so I really had 3 edges left with 18 moves, but there was nothing great from there. There is something, though, called RNIS, but other people call it Scramble Switching, or Skeleton Switching, that's what it is. Earlier, we were going back and forth. Well, literally, think of your solution as a big circle here. And we have our scramble and our solution. And right now, no matter if I started anywhere in the circle and did that and ended there, whether I'm even in my scramble or in the solution, there will always be 3 edges and 3 corners out of place. You can do this with a full solution too. If you have your scramble and your solution, you could start anywhere in the circle and you'll always have a solved cube at the end. So because of that, what you can do if you have this skeleton and you just don't know what to do next, like here, not everything's on the same layer. It's kind of close, but we have this piece here. After sticking the puzzle, I ended up finding there was a spot where everything was on the same layer. And you can do this with just guess and check. But at the spot I'm showing here with a little heart, because I like to mark everything with different colored hearts, that everything's on the same layer. So starting there, I do the rest of the solution or rest of the skeleton. L, D prime B, D prime B2, D prime B2, L. Then I do the scramble. And then the rest of my skeleton, F, R, U prime, B2, L prime, D. And now everything's on the last layer. And so there's other ways you can use this by maybe finding a spot where you could do a final edge and do, let's say, a sexy move and see what happens there. But here I just did an OLL. And this OLL solves the cube. That OLL is 10 moves, including the final AUF. And that cancels out 1 move from that algorithm as well as 1 move in the skeleton. So it was 10 moves minus 2, giving me 8 moves for the end of it, giving a final of a 22. Now, one thing I also suggest if you are trying to do RNIS or skeleton switching and you do that sort of thing where you're just doing an OLL and seeing what happens, do the inverse as well, because you might get a different OLL for an algorithm that you didn't know the inverse of, and you can always check it that way. So I would say a very straightforward solution. I did some back and forth, what people call NIS, normal inverse scramble switching. I just call it switching. And so it wasn't even doing edge orientation. It was just doing block building. And then I found a spot where I could throw in an OLL and found a nice solution. This was a really nice scramble anyways, so I'm sure people could find things even better than that, but feel free to try the scramble. I'll put it in the description as well and see what you can do with it. Thank you very much for watching. Please leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section. And as always, stop by speedcubeview.com for more news and reviews.